I'd like to call to order the November 9th, 2017 Recreation Committee meeting. Councilmen who are absent are Councilman Dempsey Lambert, Councilman Todd Lambert. All other councilmen are present. Councilman Joseph will lead it in the prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Y'all bow our head. Dear Lord, bless the members here to make the right decision for the children of this parish. Make sure they all play recreation and have a safe season in basketball. Dear Lord, bless all the armed forces service to give us the freedom to make the right decision in the choice we make as a councilman. Thank you, O Lord. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to remind anyone, if anyone wants to speak, to please sign up at the podium. They have public comment cards there. With that, we go to agenda item number 4, the director's report by Recreation Director B.J. Romano.
Again, got a PowerPoint ready for you guys. Go over a few things. It's another busy roll through for a month here. In our report, run you guys through a few little slight improvements we've done. On the west side over here, Lemmerville, we had a basketball goal issue over there. A little unsafe, definitely unsightly, and definitely not up to specs for our people to be using. So, got over there, we got it straight. Still got a little bit more to get on it. We're gonna try to upgrade and update as soon as we can. At Pavilion, we showed you guys last time that tree had fell through, a little damage on it. Got out there, took care of that too. Over at the fairgrounds, we had a few little hazards, around there, walking hazard stuff we just couldn't leave, got it repaired. Some of the stuff we talked about in our first little meeting, if there's a sign there, we need to make it look right, and this is just Highway 929, we got traffic flowing through there, this is small things like this, a few minutes later, here we are, so just small things we just, like I said, keep moving forward. Stevens Park, batting cage, you can see wear and tear. When we put that service down, it's a great service, and it's excellent when it's put down. Certain rules when you use it, though, about using certain types of shoes on it, it's just going to tear it up. Other parks that I was in control of, we had the same service down. We put down mats, and our service is still brand new. So did the same thing here, small fix, very, very cost efficient. Got them back up to specs for over at Stevens, and we upgraded that at Stevens, Santa Maria, and at Butch Gore. Our parking lot over at Oak Grove, we did some prettying up over there. Parking lot, no spaces at all. Nothing was painted. It's been a while. It's faded out. Went ahead, got that updated, brought us back up to specs, so we were actually in violation on our handicap spots. So got that all updated the way it's supposed to be. All apart, a couple of benches out there outdated. One so much that it's like this, and it's been like this good 6-7 months. 2 minutes, got out there, got both of them replaced, get it up and running. We were asked, it's favorite to come over there. We had a rock wall at Modest Park. Nice shaded spot, but it was under some big oak trees. And, by chances, we could have limbs fall. We could have limbs on the ground itself, say when we're not around to get them up. Someone falls off of there, safety hazard issue. So we went ahead and made a little move out there. A little hard work with my crew right there. Got it moved out into the open, a little better spot.
Great job, BJ. Great job.
Appreciate
Only
that.
2 years I've been asking for that. Thanks.
I've been here 2 months, and I got it for you.
Exactly.
So we got it knocked out. We got a fence order coming up in south the fairgrounds at Lala Field. It's out for bid now is what it is. Contract. So that should get started soon. Had another request, tennis courts on that side over there. Needed some new benches out there, updated benches so our peeps can use them. Got spots to put their equipment, so we updated all that for them. All that was in-house. Our own carpenter did that, did a great job.
Yeah, once again, great job, BJ. I'm becoming a fan of you already, BJ.
The Frank's Hotel, the Pavilion Kitchen construction is ongoing. I think they had a little bit of a slowdown over there, but they're getting back on it again. So it's still a work in progress, but they're getting there. So I think it should be a pretty close to completion by the next time we speak, I believe. So Veterans Day is coming up. I want to thank all our veterans for our service. We went to Veterans Park, and either way, not looking for credit on it because it's probably something that should have been maintained a little bit better before I got here anyway. But my guys had a little talk with them. We decided, we're gonna, take a little more pride in that park and make sure that it can roll away. So we got out there and we did a lot of hard work, and I want to give my guys big time credit. They went out there and did a great job. Got out there, this is the park. This is before right here, I mean, the park's beautiful, but if it's upkeeping, it can really be, an asset. That, that's not pretty right there, when we got out there. That it's a rock garden right there, but that fountain was full of, you basically can say it was a mosquito haven. It was just full of nasty green water, And again, this is one of our, it's for our vets. It's a prideful thing out there and something we should take care of. So we got out there. You see my guys in the background already rolling. Fixed up a little flower garden right there. Took care of that little issue we had there. Turned that back into to its glory like it's supposed to be. And got rolling with it. So that's and I do have a guest speaker here from the Boy Scouts. They want to come in and talk about a little coordination we got going on real quick. Stuart.
How you doing? Stuart Kluot. So I talked to Michelle quite a bit about possibly doing some beautification projects for any of the places that she had talked about. Probably need to speak some more to her about it. But our district is willing to do that in areas that we have. Some of our scouts have groups all over the parish. We'd like to do that if we could. So we want to coordinate that through Michelle to find out what exactly y'all need from us. We're willing to do it.
Did you say a specific location you want to do them at?
I don't think we don't have a specific spot. I locally am at the Santamon Park is where it's at. Roger J. Kluot Park is my dad. So we're going to be there for our group, but we have a district of almost 14 or 15 troops that would do it. So you guys can give us some direction of where y'all would like and what you would like. We would be happy to do so.
Okay. I would say probably get with BJ and Michelle
Right.
and find out what areas you can do some type of cleanup in that won't put us in Aaron's way, well, lawsuits and things of that nature.
Right.
Yeah, our intent is not to be a detriment. It's really Michelle approached us to do that. It's something that we do a lot of service at a time, and we feel like this would be something we can do well. We do a lot of them. We carry our own insurance, so it's not something that you should have to fight about, and we can provide that.
Yeah, like I said, I think just get with Michelle and BJ, and I think that should work.
We'll
I don't
do
know.
that.
We shouldn't need a motion for that, I don't think, so just.
No, once again, I just want to thank y'all for,
Well, I mean,
volunteer.
Michelle called me. We'll get probably more for planning of
More
exactly
detail
where
about
you
it
guys
soon, yeah.
want us to do it and what y'all want done. And then from there, we can work it out from there. We have a bunch of guys. We probably have 2,000 kids that would be happy to go out and do whatever you guys would like. So
Sounds
we
good.
just need a little more direction. We get a
Yeah.
parks that you need. I'll find the troops that are around that area that can kind of sponsor those, and we'll do whatever we can do. So
okay.
Sounds good.
We know how the committee likes win-wins, and it's a win-win. It's a win-win for them, for their service and their time. It's definitely a win-win for the parish and for the recreation department, so.
absolutely. Even if you give us some maintenance to those things or
Right.
something, they can go spend some time out there. They need the hours all the time for our rank and for their structure. So it doesn't hurt them at all to do it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Mr. Chairman, can I ask one question? I don't know if Mr. Kluot or BJ. BJ, I know we have the little Boy Scout BB gun or pellet gun range behind the school board. Is that still, are we still maintaining that, or is this not being used at all? I know at one time, they had competition and all that.
That's where the old.
So all that work we did back there. So, Mr. Kluot, I'm just asking, do y'all still do the competition with I can't remember if it was the BB guns or the pellet guns, target practice?
In Sorrento, yeah.
Used to be.
Oh, it was the 4-H.
Right, yes.
So,
We don't have any dealings with it.
oh,
We
so,
do still host their shooting event, their big state at Lamar Dixon, but we don't maintain or deal with.
that
the
at all
Sorrento
anymore?
site. Right.
Okay, all right.
Do they still have a facility that they use? Okay.
Separate structure, and they keep trailers and.
But we have nothing to do with that. Okay, that's good. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Councilman Lawler?
BJ, great job. I mean,
Appreciate it.
I look at everything that's going on, and I know it sounds strange, but it reminds me of the Rudolph Giuliani, the broken windows theory, is that when you have areas that are just kind of falling apart, take care of the little things, and people around it are just gonna start taking care of it, you don't have bigger problems later on. Looks fantastic.
The model we're rolling on. If you take care of the little things, the big things will take care of themselves.
Exactly, I love it, great job.
With that, we'll go to agenda item number 5, basketball registration update.
Go to the screen again. Basketball registration, we're up. The draft's actually going to take place this Saturday. They're up to 700 participants. I believe they are still taking late registration, and that's still an online thing that you can do. West Side's up to 75 so far. They still got a few weeks left for registration over there. And being someone who's very experienced in registration-wise, I mean, people just like to wait till the last minute, so they're no stress over there. They know it's going to roll out like it normally rolls out. So,
Councilman Joseph?
I'm still asking about that gym. Nobody said nothing yet. I'm still trying to figure out, we got enough gyms. Did the school board agree to give us a gym yet, or not?
we're still in works on that. It's going to be, we have a meeting on Monday. We're pretty much going to just lock up the exact spot. So we're on the right page and everything's moving in the direction it needs to go right now. So.
Okay, all right, good, okay.
Councilman
I
Lawler?
got a question. You know, I had requested the agreements that we have, because I know there was a lot of talk about the soccer agreement, and people, you know, certain people complaining about that. My question is that we've got a basketball agreement that doesn't require for us to be an additional insured on their policy. How is this being done, and do we do this with every sports group that we have, and how many years has this been going on?
We have our insurance, you know, we don't require it to them, but we recover all participants and everything, so.
No, I understand. Look, BJ, you haven't been around, and, I mean, this is something, well, there's nothing in the contract that states that they are going to pay us per player. Yet I always hear that we're gonna get paid per player. In fact, we're paying them $3,635.
It may not be in that contract itself, but everyone has a fee. So, and AYBA pays the same also. They pay the same amount that the rest of the leagues would you know, pay, so.
I understand, BJ, look, I'm not,
No, I got you.
You haven't been here, but-
I'm just giving you the information there.
Oh, I
you
know, and I'm
I
just-
believe it was it $10,600 they paid us on a per player agreement last
Okay.
year, so.
so this year, it looks like we're gonna have a lot less than that, though, just based on the number of
As I said,
players.
so we didn't have a league last year because of
Yeah.
the flood, because they used the middle schools. And as I kind of stated in the last meeting, it could go either way. Either, you know, those kids had to find somewhere to play last year. And a lot of times
Exactly.
kids get on 2-year teams. I mean, you go somewhere else and you made a bunch of good buddies and had a good season over there. You might want to stay another year over there. You know, you might want to leave your team because, you know, maybe they went to Baton Rouge, you know, a different league or something like that, and so on. So it'll bounce back.
Oh,
I mean,
it's gonna
that
happen,
was a tough thing for them, you know, so.
The issue is this, you know, this contract is,
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, as you said, I haven't been here. So we've had multiple meetings this week and beyond, and we are sitting down and we're finalizing, you know, some type of standard contract to standardize it across the board for every league. You know, we'll have a book and it'll have everyone's signature yearly. It'll be an annual thing, you know, and we'll customize it as we go. And we're in the infancy stages on that. But we're gonna, you know, obviously it's not just me. We got a lot of big heads in here talking about it, and we're gonna sit down and have it all, you know, laid out for each league, not just basketball, for everything that we do, you know, just to, you know, to make sure everyone's on the same page.
yeah, I think we need, you know, a lot of the same provisions we have in the soccer because it protects us. You know, they have to have $1 million policy that's protecting the parish. You know, apparently we haven't done that for basketball, baseball, softball, t-ball. We do? But it's not in the contract. Then why are we making soccer have a separate contract? You certainly did. You sat there in the room with me and negotiated it.
Well, can I
Councilman Joseph.
Yeah, okay, let's clarify one thing. Let's clarify one thing. We talking about apples and oranges here.
Yeah, soccer
All
got
right.
a total different agreement.
Soccer is totally different. It's ran and privatized. That's why the agreement came in. It was a private organization.
The
They do-
AYBA is a private organization.
No, but it's just like, they fall under the parish. They run it for the season for the parish. They don't run year round. They don't run. It's just like baseball league. That's the same thing. We have this problem, and that's why we have the problem across the board on all our agreement based on West Ascension basketball. The parish run it. Our own directory run it. But we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. We like to give it out to that organization out there and say, okay, you got a league, but you running it for the parish during this period of time. And that's what that agreement basically is saying. You running it for the parish organization. Basketball on this side is ran the same way. Baseball on east and west side is ran. It is a parish function during a period of time. But after that period of time, it goes to these travel leagues, these private leagues, and then it's totally different. So it's not like soccer. Soccer is a world on their own, that from my understanding, since I'm sitting here, because I have no control over them. But they don't have a season. Their season is their season. We don't get nothing from them.
Actually, there's a contract that provides that they pay per player. This contract doesn't provide that. There's a contract that provides that they indemnify us and having $1 million insurance policy.
The
that-
registration fee.
Yeah, that's not in this contract.
Well, I think I would say some of the main differences between this AYBA contract and soccer has a parish facility that let's be bait.
Well, doesn't
It's the same
doesn't
thing,
softball
yeah.
and baseball have a parish facility that
They
they?
have
Soccer
the
and
same
baseball,
thing.
basketball, the AYBA doesn't have
So
a
your
parish facility.
I understand that, but the soccer and softball and baseball does have a parish.
So here's some of the difference in this. So soccer, again, I wasn't here for the negotiating the contract and like that. So, Mr. Joseph is correct. It's a little bit different, okay? So
Oh, it's a lot different.
So, well, I'm being nice. So AYSA, softball, baseball. So even during their season, they don't own our ballpark. It's not their ballpark even during their season. We call them all the time. Hey, we have rented your facility out for the weekend. Your practices don't happen this weekend. Okay, soccer, we're not allowed to do that. It's like he said, soccer it's a whole different contract with them because they control the entire right. They control everything over there.
Why are we doing that to our softball and baseball players, our citizens that are paying to play in our parish? Why are we calling them up
agreement.
and telling them
It's an
that
agreement
they
that we
can't
have.
practice? Who is
It's an-
practicing instead of them?
It's an agreement that we have. The facility's being rented. They are renting the facility for us, and they rent it for these days, and they know that just kind of like our gyms and everything else are up for rental on the weekends or any other time. So, and it's an agreement that both parties agreed to before we even start. So it's not they're not shocked, they're not kicked out and like whoa, and it's not a
No,
frequency
but that's
thing,
where
so.
you're wrong because a lot
So-
of the parents are shocked and are disappointed because those are taxpayers that live in our parish that want to play Ascension Youth baseball, Ascension Youth softball, and then they're told that you can't come on parish fields despite the fact that you paid a fee to come, you paid to play, and you can't come and play.
Within
Well, hold on, I
with
think
them,
that-
No, that's
Hold on, BJ.
exactly.
Well, I think that's part of the same problem when the baseball people came to me and they were mad that soccer got the contract they got. They feel that contract was totally unfair. That the baseball programs don't have that type of access.
Well,
we have a
but
private organization.
We need to give
running
them
the-
that type of access. If
Then we
we-
don't need to
need
have
to have recreation at
recreation.
all.
We don't need to have recreation. We
No, I'm
can
talking-
contract it out to them, and that league and the community can go
So
directly to them.
Ascension,
'Cause
so
last time-
Ascension
well, hold
Youth,
up, Aaron, let me
I have
think.
the floor though. Ascension Youth Baseball that we put on, we're telling them that they can't play on fields because Ascension Parish is gonna have a private team come in and play?
it's not a private team. It's events. It's a rental facility. They're all rental facilities. So what you're wrong is, again, it's not a shock. Okay, maybe everyone, and you throw the word a lot around, as Mr. Pierce said, we haven't gotten one complaint. Okay, I know your constituents may come to you with them, but haven't come to us at all. And I've been there for 15 years. Okay, so with our agreement with them, it's known. So they schedule you know, accordingly. You know, they schedule it around, you know, what's going on. And we usually know way in advance, everything's
Well,
scheduled.
it's one thing to
They're-
know
they're-
way in
They don't miss
advance.
out anything. We promise X amount of days that they can use the facility, and X amount of days, they get that facility and beyond. If anything that changes ever when we promise a number, it's always in their favor. It's always in their favor. They get more,
But
so.
I just think that if we have an Ascension Youth softball, Ascension Youth baseball that we're putting on, they should have the right to use that field. And if they have games scheduled, they should not be canceled.
There's never been a game canceled. See, that's where you're going
Now,
wrong.
there's never, I've talked
canceled.
to a lot of people that told me that they have had games canceled because the parish has used.
Personally speaking, since I have ran Ascension Youth softball for the last decade, never, not once in 10 years, not
Well, I've
once.
talked to baseball parents that
Not
have told
once.
me.
I'll talk
that
to more
their
about baseball,
Ascension
but
Youth
in-
baseball games have been canceled because they have had other things on those facilities.
And like I said, we'll look at that more, and I highly doubt that. You know, a lot of times confusion sets in. You know, when they don't hear it from the horse's mouth, they hear it from after it's been spread down. You know, they thought they had something on this day, and this was already going on. Like I said, in softball, no matter what we do at our ballpark, when I ran it, and the way it's going to continue to run, the way all my facilities will run, okay, is recreation comes first, no matter what. It comes first, okay? You know, I've got a travel team. They've had multiple travel teams that ask to use our facilities. If it's open and there's nothing going on and they want to rent our facility, we rent it to them, okay? If I've already had this, I've already had a facility rented. I've had it rented, and games got rained out, say 2 days before that. Guess what? I bumped the travel team for recreation. Recreation's on my deal is always, it's going to be first. So
I understand that, but
they
that should
take
be in the
precedence.
contract,
So-
that they
So,
take, I mean.
hey, as we
did
said,
that.
basketball is only in registration right now, okay?
I'm not talking about
No, no,
basketball.
no, I'm just telling you, no other sport is in season right now, and no other sport has started since I've been here, okay?
Oh, I know.
All right, so basketball is in registration. Before they start, you know, like I said, again, we've had 3 meetings this week on this already. We are gonna standardize the contract and put everything we need to put in all of our contracts, you know, annually, okay? And it'll be standardized across the board. You see what I'm saying? And so right now it's basketball, okay? When basketball ends, it'll be softball and baseball, and we'll jump right in there. You know, we'll jump right in there.
And-
Hey,
Go
the
ahead
same
and break
thing,
it down
you know,
myself for a quick second.
I'm on your side a little bit. You know, I understand they got some people questioning the soccer contracts, okay? And I'm like, they don't know the whole contract either. It's kind of like just running off without hearing from the horse's mouth. They're taking bits and pieces of it and not liking it. Some people, okay? You know, but if you look at it as a whole, then it makes a little bit of sense, you know, for the agreements that we made with them. But everyone doesn't know everything, so.
So I think part of the problem, what people have, the issue they have with that soccer contract is that the Gonzales Soccer Club has full control of those fields, and that their travel teams are incorporated into Gonzales Soccer Club, and they're using the fields pretty much unlimited, because the regular season for the sign-up kids ended Sunday before last, at the end of October. But the Gonzales Soccer Club still has full control over those fields until December 15th. So that's not just regular parish kids
Okay,
playing.
but this isn't-
I'm talking now.
Well, I had the floor.
Well, I took the floor from you. I'm talking now. I mean,
Lord.
That's
So-
not the way it works, Travis.
well, you talked for
We gotta
30
get
minutes
Doc
already.
in
on it. You've talked for 30 minutes on it already. But you know, like I know, the sign-up kids for soccer ended at the end of October, the last Sunday in October. Gonzales Soccer Club still has full control over those fields until I want to say the middle of December. Who's actually playing out there now is not the sign-up kids, it's the travel teams, which is the same thing they have for baseball. But they're just not incorporated into the Ascension Youth Baseball League. And that's where I think the baseball players have, or the baseball teams or the baseball league have the issue with the soccer contract, because the actual sign-up kids aren't utilizing that facility the entire time. Gonzales Soccer Club has monopolized the entire field, and no other organization has that ability. Private organization at that, and that's what it is. I know you're trying to change it around to make it why everybody can't have the same contract to, I guess, justify the soccer contract that most people
There's
don't
no
like.
justification.
Well, it seems like you're trying to justify why everybody else don't have this, why they're not doing that. Nobody else is getting the same benefits that the Gonzales Soccer Club has right now. I mean, you can't name one facility or one organization here that's doing the same thing the Gonzales Soccer Club is doing.
May I
I
have
mean,
the floor?
because they basically, you know, they got field stuff, helped get fields built before they even had a contract in place. which tells everybody that they had something cut before anything was supposed to be done. A backroom deal, basically. But you can have the floor, Aaron.
Okay, well, you know, that was before my time on the council. Maybe y'all should have caught that. But what I'm asking is, what I'd like to see is that sort of deal done for baseball and softball. The youth in our leagues that are in Ascension Youth Baseball and Softball, which are private leagues, they should have the right to the fields. If they have a practice, they shouldn't be allowed to be kicked off. If they have games, they shouldn't be allowed to be kicked off.
Again, if you, we can, you know, we can either shelf this for another time, or we can bring the whole contract out. And there's a lot more that soccer's required to do.
This is not
okay?
about soccer, BJ.
All right. No, what I'm saying,
This is
you're talking about everyone having the same contract. So you know, softball, okay, can't pay a maintenance man to do all their fields, which soccer does right now. Okay,
so soccer's maintaining all the fields, right?
They're paying someone. Okay, you know, so. You know, but with that, they're getting a whole lot of other benefits in this, because again, you know, they control all rental. They pretty much control what 90% of everything out there. They have the first say so of anything. Okay, and look, I'm working hand in hand with. I have zero issues with soccer. Okay, you know, I have an adult flag football league. I approached them about, hey, we have a field. You know, I'd rather not be sticking my adult flag football league in just a field somewhere. You know, how about put them in a brand new, super nice facility that's supposed to be a multi-purpose facility, you know, and they didn't balk at me at all. I mean, we work hand in hand.
Exactly.
So we're going to work hand in hand, so.
So we're not recognizing nobody else. Councilman Joseph.
No, look, both parties have argument, and more people gonna come address this issue, okay? But we have to get a contract for parish league, that parish government, that BJ, that actually run. He don't run it, but he coordinated.
Exactly.
Okay? If you take that power away from him coordinating stuff, you just gonna give it to the league. So the adult league gonna want their, what you call them. Then the flag football want their something. Then the pee-wee baseball, t-ball. We already have some type of concept like that, but the rules in the contract, yes, we need to look at all of that.
Right.
And we need to review that, because I can't tell you right now. I know a lot about it, but you probably haven't seen half of the contract that we do with recreation.
Right.
You know, because there's a whole lot of other contract that we sign up with. So, I mean, I would like to close this in saying that, hey, if BJ, you working on this, please start sending us a copy of all contracts.
Got it.
Okay, what you're negotiating, what you're planning on doing, any of them, that have anything to do with recreation facilities, then we can start weeding out the wording in it and start having question or having committee meeting on it.
And so, look, say, again, we have zero issues at all. We were asked, I'd have to say last second, for a whole lot of information. We provided, we could provide. I would like to say this and invite anyone up here and the two that aren't here. My door is always open. We don't have to wait for TV. We don't have to wait for the last second. We can have these discussions all day, any day, and really, so we can talk about it. Because again, right, you guys like me we're here for recreation, right? We're about the kids, and that's what I'm about. That's what I'm about. So, like I said, you know, some of these things take a whole lot more discussion, and you would, our guys would know. You know, me and Moose right here, along with a couple other higher officials, twice this week already, and even the week before that, we've sat down and discussed the exact things you're talking about, contracts, seeing what we need to go. Because again, I won't always be able to use this excuse, but I'm 2 months in. All right, I'm 2 months in, but in that 2 months, I see the need for that, you know, and we're over it, and we're going back and forth to make sure we get what needs to be put in there and signed by everyone, and like I said, it's all moving forward, and I'm happy to discuss it with anyone, anytime. Just ask Moose. I like to be out there and work, but man, this man calls me so many times for so many meetings, and I hadn't turned him down yet. I won't turn you down either. So,
Councilman Joseph.
One more question about AYBA. Do we pay anybody to run AB?
yes, we last meeting we gave you the packet and had everyone there, and there's an official for AYB. Same thing. We pay a guy for scheduling, registration, coordinating, well, we have 6 gyms.
Okay.
You know,
Got it.
so yeah, so again,
got
yeah,
it.
same thing. It's kind of standardized across the board, same deal, so.
Okay, cool. All right, that's all.
With that, we'll go to agenda item number 6.
I'll put it up there again for me. So we have a change order. This should be a good discussion right here for 975. We had to add 3 single swing gates for our pedestrian entrances. Again, this was laid out and they found a flaw in the fact that it allowed too much access to the public freely when no one's there. And I believe they found a couple of times where they had a 4-wheeler or some kids that around the field. And again, this place is brand new and hey, Mr. Lawley, it's pretty. I know they're playing some good soccer out there. It's got to be pretty. So we put in a change order to fix the gates where you can walk through them anytime, but you can't drive anything in there that could possibly do any kind of damage. So we did have a change order for that 975 we had to run by you. Yeah, we need a vote on that. So.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Joseph, second by Councilman Lawler. No objection, motion passes. With that, we'll go to agenda item number 7, substantial completion soccer field fence project.
Fence projects, we had the outer facility fence all the way around put up. You have to say the guys came out, did an excellent job. They were quick. The day they showed up, poles set, concrete down. Next thing you know, we had a complex built, and it looks fantastic out there. If you'll see, our original amount, it was budgeted $60,000. Even with the change order we just got you guys to vote on, it came in well under. We're at like 60% of what it was supposed to be. So.
If I may,
Less.
Travis.
Yes, Councilman Lawler.
They, a couple weeks ago, we had people from Lafayette Park come out there for a game. And it's big park, Jefferson Parish, it's fantastic. They could not get over how fantastic the fields were, the fences, everything. You know, if you've ever been out to Lafayette, it looks beautiful, but it's not a sports facility. And they said these are the best fields that they have played on in a long time. So it did a great job out
Yeah,
there.
and like I said, it's still in its infancy too. It's there and it looks beautiful, but it's got some stuff. It can grow it on its own. It's going to come in. So
Yeah.
we need to,
Yeah.
get our vote run through for our substantial completion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Lawler, second by Councilman Joseph. No objection, motion passes. With that, we'll go to agenda item number 8, substantial completion of WREC LED box light sign.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Joseph, second by Councilman Lawler.
And just
No
want to
objection,
let you,
motion passes. Councilman Joseph has a question.
I just wanted to say it was a great job and it's being well used right now. It's being advertised as far as right now with registration and what's going on recreation on the other side of the river. So it's going to be well known, well used for public information on the west side. So
I've been through it twice already. It's a beautiful sign. We got a picture of it already flashing right there. It's it definitely does catch your eye coming through the city.
All right, then we'll go to agenda item number 9, Hillerville Park update.
All right, so we had some updates on that. Last time we talked to you, there was some dirt work going on out there. Through some evaluations that were done, it was a little bit low. It was going to hold too much water to even attempt to start building new stuff out there. So the phase 1 got going. Phase 2 had to slow up. We told you guys about the playground system was out there. We put in some requests for quotes on them, and we got a total to remove it and put it back up was $14,000. Got with my crew. We had a good discussion about it and decided that we'd go ahead and try to tackle this ourselves to save that money. Couple days, went through and we did it. The playground's been removed. It's stored at Lamar Dixon right now. Took it apart the best we could, and I mean, we had no issues in it. Every part, hopefully it goes back up the same. So, but either way, we save money no matter what. So it'll go back up that way. I believe we're rolling into a motion. I think Travis is going to talk about this a little bit. Threw some plans out for what is actually going to get constructed out there, and we need a motion to borrow from the fund balance of $330,000. They were looking at for as far as we had company come out and engineers, and they gave us their plans, and in talking to community members and council members, this is the plan that they're looking at right now.
And yes, after meeting with the community leaders there and the people there, there was two options. There was an option of 2 pavilions. I think what was the exact size on the 2 pavilions, 30 by 40?
Was it 20 by 40 or 30 by 40?
20 by 20, 40.
Two
on
20 by 24s.
Oh, it was one large pavilion, and the specs on the large pavilion was
40 by 70.
40 by 70, I thought so. And we prefer to go with the 70 by 40 pavilion, and I think that's that's the reason for the cost increase, to go with that big one large pavilion so they can have large events held out there. And we are looking for a motion on that pavilion.
Okay.
Right.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Councilman Joseph,
What item we on?
number 9. Well,
9.
actually, I think it might be number 9/10.
All right. That's the only question I have for right now. Go ahead, David Law, Mr. Law.
I just have a question. As far as, and I'm not against this, I have a couple of questions on it. Where is this, I mean, I'd like to see a long-term plan for capital improvements all through the parish. I know we're not there yet, but before we get into too many of these kind of projects where we're spending $330,000 here, $100,000 there, I'd really like to see a long-term plan for not just improving the parks, capital improvement-wise, but also adding to the parish recreation,
Right.
just as a whole.
Right. This project here is I guess being moved forward a little bit quicker because we had a Hillary Road Park, further up, and then a sewage plant was built there.
Yes.
All right, so then that eliminated that park. So then we were kind of required.
And I'm aware of that
Yeah,
background. That's why
right,
I'm
right.
not against this, but what I'd
Right.
really like to see is in the future that we have a long-term plan so we can kind of look at, okay, we're going to spend the money here and 3 years down the road, this
Right.
park is going to come online and we can do this at this park.
And if you, again, last meeting, we gave you guys a packet. Okay?
Yeah.
And within that packet, it had every single park listed, and it had all of our long-term and short-term, for you just to scan that. Now, we obviously have way more than this, too, that we're looking at, because we have, like I said before, we have our dreams, we have the big-time, big money, get us into, into the future stuff. And then we have our, somewhere in the middle stuff, and then we had our just getting by stuff, We talked about we don't want to just get by anymore, so, so we do have that here, and we have a lot more stuff, in the future that we're looking at too, so.
Brandon O'Day is going to kill me for this, but they did such a great job with the Move Ascension website that's what I would like to see one day for recreation, that we have a website that kind of shows this is our dream, this is our future, this is what we're doing now. It helps sell the work that you're doing, and we were able to do it in-house. It saved $35,000 there, about what I've been told.
Yep.
And I'd like to see that, not right away, but man, that'd be a great thing for recreation to show people, this is what we're doing. These are the improvements that you've already made, BJ,
Yep.
but this is what we're looking for in the future. And I don't know if you've looked at the Move Ascension website, but you see a map of the parish, and it's got these little stars, you can hit on it.
Right.
It shows you what it is. So maybe that's something we could look at. But
That's a fantastic idea.
I'll make the
No
motion.
opposition to that at all.
Make the motion. Yes.
Motion by Councilman Lawler,
Second.
second by Councilman Joseph. No objection, motion passes. With that, we go to agenda item number 10, Myers contract.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
I'll make the
another-
motion.
Okay, motion by Councilman Lawler, second by
Second.
Councilman Joseph. No objection, motion passes. With that, we'll go to agenda item number 11.
Motion.
Oh, hold on,
Second.
I said we were about to go to agenda item number 11.
If you run real quick, there's no quorum.
No, I want to say, and tell the Recreation Department, good job. And, we had a good, nice debate with Councilman Lawler today, but we're still good friends. And with that, we'll go to agenda item number 11.
Adjourn. Motion. I'm on.
Second.
Motion to adjourn by Councilman
Get out of
Joseph,
line.
second by Councilman Lawler. Meeting adjourned.